Hello and welcome everyone out there in Open Spaces Sportsland. Clint Cox alongside my good partner Aim Baird once again. We're usually shooting baskets, taking the ball to the rim, but tonight, six-man
it's football time.
Football, man.
Yeah.
Football. We get to do some football games here. Northern Valley and is going to play host tonight to the Bird City Cheylin Cougars.
And people are joining us at home for homecoming night here, so big deal here in the Valley. Sorry if you couldn't make it, but we're glad you can at least link up and watch the game via Open Spaces Sports, because this is going to be one that you're not going to want to miss.
Well, this is what we did, as homecoming always happens, had the junior high activity, and then they had the bonfire then Thursday night. Today they had the parade downtown and was able to go, where we got to listen to the coaches talk about this upcoming game and the boys, how hard they had worked getting ready for this one all summer long. And it's probably the same way when it comes to Bird City Cheylin. These two are mirror images of each other when it comes to the football field. They both come in at a 2-1 record. They both come ranked in the state of Kansas. Where are they ranked, Aim?
The one thing I saw, they have Northern Valley right now in the six-man polls at number 3. Only loss for them coming against a tough Tescott team. And Cheylin is at number 5 right now. So we've got a top 5 matchup in the six-man football rankings. And, a lot of playoff implications on the line. We're, getting to the midpoint of a season here. This is where you got to do or die, and you kind of need to start taking those strides forward if you want to get those good seeds going into the playoffs.
So Bird City Cheylin, the Cougars only lost to Ashland so far this year, and Ashland a top 4 finisher in the state last year in six-man. But of course, we don't have the bonanza anymore. We are CASIA certified now.
It is officially a Kansas State playoff.
So with that being said, this actually is a district game as well as a league game here tonight, and it will have implications when the playoffs start. It's only the 4th game of the year, but already talking playoffs, I can't believe it.
Playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. Some of the rules you might not be so familiar with in six-man football. We'll try and help you out as the game goes along. Right. And we've got some good people up here in the booth helping us out this year. We got ourselves a Coach Mitch Pugh going to do some stats for us, so try and keep us in line there, Coach Pugh. Couldn't get you a headset, so that's all you get to say.
Don't worry, Mitch. I'll pass it over, and you can do the drive summaries and stuff like that, because I know you're going to be paying a lot better attention than, Clint for sure, but me also.
So we'll get down some of those starters right here. Northern Valley's going to lost the toss.
Kicking off first.
And Cheylin chose to take the ball here. The kick by Hanson is fielded up the left sideline. That's
was number 32.
That was McPherson, Harley McPherson, a 140-pound sophomore, advances that ball up, and the Cheylin Cougars will start the ball right at the 31-yard line, where they will make their offensive stand here to start. Northern Valley starts this way across the defensive front. Froster Brands, Jeremiah Hanson, Brody Preston. Number 5 is Gavin Tallheim. Kenton Tallheim and Ben Bencomo. Yeah. Handoff there goes quickly.
Good stop there by Bencomo. And number 21, you said that's on the other side.
That's Hanson. But the carry right there is Bermudez. Bermudez is one of their top players coming back, as well as Mr. Logan McCarty. Those two have accounted for quite a bit of the offense so far in this first 3 games, whether it be McCarty's running and passing or Bermudez rushing or receiving. Those are the two that they're going to feed to quickly. Ketzner gets this one and pants it off to Logan McCarty up the right sideline, where he's hammered out of bounds there by Kenton Tallheim. But it's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, they'll move the chains there. And you guys watching at home, you're going to notice a lot tonight that the person who takes the snap is going to get the ball out of their hands really quick, because in six-man football, the person who takes the snap is considered the quarterback, and they are not allowed to cross the line of scrimmage before they hand the ball off to someone else. So that's another little interesting nugget that you'll see only in six-man football.
Right here, they're going to split Ketzner out wide to the left. And the shotgun there and the handoff to Bermudez up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up, but he's breaking 1, 2, 3 tackles.
Tough run there. Got away with a little bit of a face mask right there in the backfield. Had to do everything he could just to make that a positive play, but good job by him.
So a 2-yard gain on the play gives them 2nd down and 13. That's correct, 13. You got to go 15 yards to get a first down in the 6-man game. Northern Valley using its bench early as they're going to bring Cox in on the defensive line and Brand sits. Let's go down those starters there across for Cheylin. Victor Hernandez, the 140-pound junior at a guard. This ball's going to be kept by McCarty. Fakes once, but he's going to slip on that grass, and it's going to be
Monster will be credited with that tackle.
A tackle for loss there for Jeremiah Hansen, or it's tough to remember whether it's a quarterback sack in that spot or I don't know how it goes down in the books, but McCarty was looking to pass on that one. Going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 18 here for the Cougars.
Be looking for some sort of pass play here, and also in 6-man, another interesting rule is all people are eligible for a pass. So typically your guards, well, I was wrong. It is not a pass. They're going to pull everyone on the line outside, and they're going to be short on this one.
That tight formation where they get Ketzner under quarterback, and he'll do a quick handoff there to McCarty, and it looked like they were maybe even running an option. This time we're going to go a little barnyard. This side we're going to go Hernandez. That side we're going to put out Sabaka, and they'll go on the shotgun with Ketzner, who gets it back to McCarty. He'll advance the ball, and he's going to run now. Got to make open field tackles in this sport. Bencomo was first to get to him, and the second one is Gavin Tallheim, the freshman.
You know, we're already, we're not even anywhere near halfway through this first quarter, and there's already big plays happening on the defensive side right there. Good stop and a turnover on downs.
So the 4th down play comes up just a few yards short, gives Northern Valley the ball back in their territory. They'll start with the 22-yard line, and they'll start like this. Looks like they're going to have Brands come to the near side in a wide-out position, Bencomo to the far side. Under center is Kai Cox, and in the backfield they'll go Tallheim, Preston, and Hansen. This handoff goes to Hansen around the left side. He's wrapped up for a loss.
Good open
Big
field
tackle by Brady Ketzner.
Yeah, because Hansen is one of the fastest guys you'll see in 6-man football, not only in this district, but throughout the entire state. So you got to be a sure tackler out there on that edge, and Ketzner was in that situation.
Going no-huddle situation here. They'll go right back to the same position they were. The snaps back to Tallheim. Now to Hansen, who will look to be thrown. He's going to let one loose and picked off by Hernandez, I believe.
Number 32,
no, that's
going to be McPherson.
McPherson with an interception. And it's going to be a first down there by the Cougars. Can I hit the replay button? And is it anywhere close?
I sure hope you can. It might be too late at this point.
Let's go.
Did we catch it?
No, maybe I'll be a little faster.
Just the end of that
we'll get
one.
there eventually.
I outran him a little bit with the camera angle as
well.
well.
So first down here from the 25-yard line here for the Cougars. They're going to spread them all out wide. And they'll flip back to McCarty. He's pressured there quickly. He's going to go back to Ketzner. Ketzner catches it 2 yards deep, but advances it another 5. It'll be 5-yard gain on that first down play.
Yeah, good job by Ketzner there, losing his footing, but getting up and being aware of the situation and the pressure bearing down on McCarty, looking for that ball. Because like we said earlier, every person is eligible to catch a pass in the 6-man football.
So they snap that ball to Ketzner at about 5 yards. He turns and tosses it back to McCarty at about 3 yards behind him, and then they turn and throw it right back to Ketzner.
A good 5-yard gain there.
For the 5-yard gain.
Yeah.
Which you got to have a minimum of 5-yard game if you want to do the math and stay alive here in this 6-man game. Snap to Ketzner. Now they'll give the toss to Bermudez around the corner. Stiff arms Bencomo. Runs right through Tallheim. Tallheim holds on to his shoelaces. Brings him down 2 yards short of the first down.
And that's going to be Gavin Tallheim. We got 2 Tallheim brothers out here tonight. Number 11 playing quarterback was Kenton Tallheim. Number 5 in the middle of this Husky defense is Gavin Tallheim.
Into the game, Cox. Hansen will take a seat on the defensive side. Defensive football used to be a lot about strategy
Yeah.
Now it's a lot about open field tackles.
It's all about open field and containment in six-man football. You want to set that edge, make sure you don't let those speedsters get just completely to the outside, and they're looking for one-on-one mismatches all over the field.
Hernandez this side, McPherson that side, the snap to Ketzner, flip back to McCarty. He's going to take it around the right end. Can he get around Brands? He does. Can he get around Tallheim? He does. Touchdown, Logan McCarty, isn't it?
They're going to call it a touchdown.
Great hard run there by McCarty.
Yeah, great effort by him. I thought maybe the knee came down a little early, but the official down there, which had a better view than I did, says he's in for the score.
So he just took this ball here to the right side and just used his absolute speed to get away from two Northern Valley defenders and his power to get through the last one.
Had the stretch there at the end over the pylon.
Touchdown for McCarty.
So here we go. We'll try for the kick. Another thing different about six-man football, the PAT is worth 2 points.
So they'll kick it here for the extra points, and it goes up, and the officials say it is good.
So just because of that, you'll see a lot more people.
It's all available at all Creatures Vet Clinics, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies athletically and academically.
Right back at you with OpenSpacesSports.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight. The Cougars jump out to an 8-0 lead. McCarty tees the ball up and lets her fly.
Kick by him.
Brody Preston with his first touch of the night going to go up the left sideline, and his tackle there by Ketzner and his fellow Cougars. I tell you what, I wish we could have done a little more.
Plural for Cougars?
Yeah, well, I wish we could have done a little more pregame. We had a little bit of internet problems, but we got her solved. Hopefully you're going to be alongside us all night long here at Open Spaces Sports. You can look down there. There's plenty of games if you want to pull up multiple and watch them at the same time. But here we got ourselves a heck of a six-man matchup. Northern Valley's going to spread wide again. Bencomo to the top, Brands in the bottom. Tallheim's going to drop back looking for a pass. Going to go long for Brands, and he's open. There he goes. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Huskies!
Took the top off the defense with that pass from Tallheim.
So that's what I've seen early on. I've gotten to watch some of these early season games here for Northern Valley. Tallheim has thrown the ball exceptionally well. This ball travels 30-plus yards in the air, and Brands
right
is
over the top
bigger, stronger, taller, faster, going to score that touchdown every time.
Just took the size advantage and used it perfectly there, right over the top of Sabatka, the defender, to Brands for the easy 6.
So now they're going to try and tie this one up here with this field goal attempt by Hanson. The kick is up, and the kick is no good.
Couldn't get the hold
right.
on that one.
So the missed extra point. Hanson to tee this ball up deep is McCarty. This is more of an onside look to it. It's going to squeeze around and on the out of bounds line. Now that, I tell you what, that's a wonderful call by the line judge. If he's standing out of bounds and fields the ball, that ball is out of bounds. Haven't you watched the NFL guys do that left and right?
I have, but I don't think he had a foot
out of bounds. That was brilliant. McPherson, well, the official was standing right on top of it, man. Surely he saw that. So they'll have the options to either have him re-kick. They'll either take a 5-yard penalty. Looks like they're going to re-kick. First heads-up play, mark it down for the Cougars, man. That was brilliant.
Yeah, we can.
Besides, you liked that, didn't you? Yeah, you liked that.
Well, kind of as a heads-up play. I'm not sure if he just got caught with his feet out of bounds or not, but hey, I like the thought process on that.
I'm going to give
the benefit
Harley
of the doubt. That's right.
Harley McPherson definitely the benefit there. The sophomore using his head here to back the Huskies up.
2 good returns for him already in this game.
So here we go again. Hanson's got it teed. This one he goes a little bit deeper, and McCarty's going to catch it off at one bounce. Up with the left hand, got it tucked, and he's going to be hit hard there by Kevin Tallheim right about the 29-yard line. Drags him forward for another yard. They'll have to start this drive at the 31-yard line here for the Cougars.
Gavin Tallheim, just a freshman there in number 5, but he can lay the boom. He's a big kid and really athletic, and so. You don't always see those freshmen getting to be in there and play both sides of the ball like he will, and you'll see his face a lot more on the offensive side too, kind of coming in and getting some fresh legs in there. Impact play from the freshman.
Hernandez, McPherson across that front line trying to block here for Bermudez. He gets a handoff. His feet are taken out from him from Brody Preston. Nice open field tackle. Going to have a gain of 1 or 2 here is all, and they'll regroup and try again. So Northern Valley's defense has come to play here a little bit. McPherson, they've also got Sabaka here across the line as they got a little bit of a tight formation. They'll bring Ketzner here to the near side, and they'll put Bermudez in motion.
Now they'll go empty backfield.
Now change the battery, it says. We're in trouble. Okay, so I hope we got all that. What is that going on? Shut that light off if we have to, if it's draining some power.
It might need to stay on.
I don't know. Statistician plus gopher, Mitch Pugh is going to help us out here. This ball has got to McCarty. He's going to look for the edge, and he's going to try and find it. He's going to go through Tallheim. Tallheim is tallying up the tackles. How many do you suppose he's got here tonight, Abe?
Oh, he's probably got 4 or 5 already.
No, look at Pugh. Pugh's like 6, man.
I wasn't
6.
that far off. I was not. So 4th down right here. They're looking at about 4th and 3 to move those chains.
Big play here for Coach Walden, and he's going to send that signal in with 4:11 here to go in this first quarter with his Cougars up 8-6.
Who's going to step up early in this game right now? This is a big play. Even though it's in the first quarter in a close game like this, these drives matter.
Tight formation. We're going to have a flag here. Looks like we're going to have a false start against the Cougars. That'll back them up 5 yards if they accept it. Jim gives us a preliminary signal, and they're going to walk off 5 yards. And the Cougars go from a really manageable 4th and 2 now to a 4th and 7.
Yeah, this changes the outlook of the play type that they're maybe looking for here. You thought they were going to do a little bit of a power run just to try to get those chains moved. Now they might have to get a little tricky, look on the outside, maybe do some passing, try to spread out this defense from the Huskies a little more.
McPherson, to the far side. Sabaka close here. They're going to flip it back, and we've got a flag on the field already. McCarty's dancing around left, dancing around right. Now he cannons one way over the top of everybody. He had McPherson.
That was a good-looking ball. He just had a little too much underneath it.
That ball flew 50-plus yards in the air. That was a cannon.
Yeah, he threw it flat foot from the 30-yard line right there and overshot his man at the 5. We'll see what the flag is.
Preliminary, I'm going to guess they didn't have enough men either on the line of scrimmage. I shouldn't have to guess. They're going to give me a signal here. That's going to be a false start on the offense.
So
and it's not, you can't, I don't know that you can decline that penalty because it should be a live ball penalty, but Jim's going to say, okay, so it's a false start on the offense. Penalties declined. Northern Valley takes over on downs.
That's why we're up here and not down there.
That's right. You got him, Jim. He's the white hat here tonight. Good friend of mine. Kai Cox under center. The Cougars have changed their defense now to a 3-3. They were running a 2-man front in the beginning. Now they're going to stay a little wider. Tallheim with a rocket on the outside on the hitch for Brands. He'll pick up 5.
Just had to do everything that he could. Big-bodied Brands has to go down and trap that ball, but good job by him keeping it off the turf and making sure it's a complete pass.
So that's what a senior's going to want to do. He's going to go against, right there, number 1, John Sabaka. He's a 150-pound sophomore. Brands has just got him out physical here on the edge, and Northern Valley's taking advantage. This handoff goes to Brody Preston. He's met hard. Hardest tackle of the night goes to Logan McCarty right there as he plants Brody Preston for about a half-a-yard gain is all.
Yeah, Hanson on that side was unable to seal off that block, and Preston tried to cut it up because he wasn't able to get to the outside like they were wanting to do and just absolutely shut that play down right there.
Trying to go quickly. Here's the Huskies. He'll snap back to Tallheim. He's going to take one step dip and let it fly for Bencomo. Holy Bencomo!
We're seeing the fireworks here early in this one, aren't we, from Kenton Tallheim?
Oh, my, light him up. The scoreboard, another touchdown for the Huskies. Another deep ball here from Tallheim. He'll hit the replay button on this one. He fades back, steps into it, and lets it rip. Finds Brian Bencomo in the end zone for a sweeping touchdown.
Good job by Bencomo there, just letting it go over his shoulder and right into the breadbasket for the 6 points.
Hansen's point after is up, and it is
Also
a
no
spiral and no good. I hope there gets the Northern Valley with the 12-8 lead. We'll go back to the special teams that you were talking about earlier, Aim. There's Hansen's kick, a high ball to McPherson, and he'll come across the field right at us. He's got an angle. He's going to be wrapped up, taken down by Kai Cox and Jeremiah Hansen. Good return for McPherson, who's had 3 attempts at it.
Yeah, and if there's, like you just said, if there's something that we can kind of maybe pick on a little bit from this Huskies game early on in this one, they've looked pretty good other than letting up that 1 touchdown. Just needed to shore up that thing on defense, and then offensively look great, but special teams right now is where they need to focus and kind of shore things up a little bit more. Good field position here for the Cougars again.
The Cougars are going to go like this once again. Ketzner's going to, looks like he's going to field this snap here, and they're going to run a tight formation. Ketzner's going to take it now. He's going to hand back to Bermudez. Bermudez straight up the middle he goes.
Nice power run.
Wrapped up by Hansen first, and then a pack of Huskies will get it. But we got some more laundry on the field.
I think this is going to go against
Had a
Cheylin.
5-yard, 6-yard gain there, but we're going to have a illegal chop block versus Cheylin. Don't know who they caught there. A chop block is simply you cannot be blocking someone high and then someone else on your team taking them at a low spot below the waist.
And most of the time when you see it in this level, it's unintentional. Someone just kind of trips up, and then someone is finishing their block, and you kind of tabletop that
So
person.
I know in the collegiate game they refined that rule this year. It's a 15-yard penalty. Ouch. It's a 15-yard penalty. It used to be below the knee, and now I believe it's below the waist that the second person can't engage. And so that may be why, and I know it's a point of emphasis here for Keisha this year. A long first down and 30-ish.
Yeah, not.
Ketzner will toss it back to McCarty. He's looking to pass, and now he's going to have to run, but he's got nowhere to run as Brands runs him right out of bounds for a negligible yard and a half at most.
Good job by the whole Husky defense moving there with the ball, getting him pushed out of bounds.
McPherson goes to the far side. Near side, they got Sabaka. Snap to Ketzner, flip to McCarty. He's going to attack the line of scrimmage at a hard pace. He broke 1 tackle. He's going to run right over Bencomo, but Bencomo went low. I bet you he could tell you what color his shoelaces are as low as he went on that tackle.
Yeah, that was a nice gain there by McCarty, though. He still got a ways to go. Still need to get 16 yards.
3rd and
to
16.
convert this one.
3rd and 16 here for the Cougars as they look over at Coach Walden, and he's going to signal in that play. They're going to go wide again, and they're going to bring Bermudez as well wide.
So we have down and distance here, but it's going to be, you got to look at it as 2-down territory because even on that 4th down.
So screen pass action here to Bermudez on the side. And Tolheim with a beautiful tackle knocks him right out of bounds. About a 7-yard gain there for the Cougars, but brings up 4th and 10. Northern Valley doing a good job of keeping everybody in front of them, all except for that one play. Now they've gone to a single high safety now. They moved Gavin Tolheim from a middle linebacker now to a high safety. A lot of flexibility here for Coach Giphart and his defense. He'll flip it back to McCarty. He's eyeing somewhere to go with it. That ball is tough.
By Hansen.
Hansen got his hands on it. That pass, and Northern Valley will take over on downs.
Hansen using that quickness to get around the blocker and get in the face of McCarty.
Northern Valley's had success going over the top. I wonder if they're going to try it right here, right away, or we're going to try and run the ball here a little bit.
You think they're going to try to set play action or just get right to it?
We're kind of jumping around here a little bit. I'm sorry for that feed. We'll try and get you here. Go on again. Northern Valley will go wide back home one way. Brands the other. Cox under center snap. Flip back to Hansen. Hansen's going to set up a block there by Tolheim. Tolheim pancakes McCarty, but he's run out of bounds there is Tolheim by number 12. Brady Ketzner. 2nd and 10 here for the Huskies. They'll stick with the no huddle. Snap back to Tallheim. He'll float back and flip it over to Hanson. Nobody's close to him. He's got to make a juke move. Does right around. McPherson, he's going down the sideline. Ketchner catches him at about the 5-yard line. Saves the touchdown. But a big pass play there. Tallheim to Hanson around the right side, and he makes him pay.
Yeah, and early on in this one, and what you're going to see Northern Valley do, and the rest of this game and almost all their games, they really like to split those two guys out and spread the field and use their speed to their advantage.
So they'll stay in that formation. Just off to the left side is Brody Preston. They'll snap back to Tallheim. He's got time to do whatever he wants but run. He'll flip it to the sideline and caught there by Brody Preston. Diving catch. I don't know if you could see it.
The only place we can't get that angle.
And so we don't really need to show you on the replay. But Brody Preston dives with his legs stretched out, hands stretched out, reaps it in right before it hits the ground.
Great effort by that young man.
Touchdown Huskies. Northern Valley trying to get an extra point here with Hanson. Snap back, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. Guardian, and he hasn't actually had very much room to run here. I wonder if Coach Wallen's going to try and find Logan McCarty in some space.
Yeah, you're seeing them in a lot more of the kind of those strong packages where they got a lot of guys lined up in the backfield trying to just run it down their throat, and it's just not working right now against these Huskies.
Hanson's kick is high, and Bermudez will field it about the 12-yard line. He'll go around to the left side, and one tackle there made by Brody Preston at the 30-yard line will give first and 15 right there for the Cougars.
Coach Gebhardt on the sideline here wanting a block in the back as Tallheim was trying to pursue that ball carrier, but no such luck for him.
So one of the things that you will notice is that once Keisha put these guys into their six-man football into the state, the officials had to learn the game of six-man football as well, not just these teams.
That's right.
McCarty's going to field this snap, but they're going to put Bermudez up in the slot on the left. Now the handoff will go to Ketzner. No, they'll fake it to him. McCarty's going to look on a throwback. Had him there.
Had him right on the numbers, just couldn't reel it in. Maybe heard a little bit of footsteps from Bencomo right there.
In and out of the hands of Ketzner. If he catches that ball, he's got a chance to score because Bencomo took a bad step and a bad angle.
That's a good play. I would not be surprised to see them go back to that one here before too long.
So it's all a lot about deception here in the six-man football. It's tough to hide a football when there's only six people out there,
That's right. You see a lot of movement when you're able to do such things. Here they got three lead blockers pulling around McCarty, working through that, still working down the sideline. Gets pushed out at about the 36.
So the 13-yard gain on the play for McCarty is going to leave him third and short, maybe a yard and a half or so. But that's as much of a student body ride as you can get in the six-man game.
Yeah, you don't really see a strong pull play.
You're not pulling center guard, onside guard. No. You're not seeing that coming across.
No.
It's just lead blockers where you can get them.
Which is kind of fun because you're seeing two kind of different types of offenses right now both succeed.
This one's McCarty. He's got the handoff. He's looking for that first down marker and met by the Huskies. He's going to be short. The first person to put a mid on him was Hanson, but also helped with that cleanup was Gavin Tallheim and Kai Cox. Going to leave us fourth and short. What are you thinking here strategy-wise?
I mean, I don't know why. I don't think that was a bad thing for them to do. They just kind of gave it a little too much time to develop, and I understand wanting to be a patient runner.
They brought in the meat package here on the defense as Coach Hanson's brought in Jason Cox, the big 198-pound junior, to fill the middle, anticipating a run up the middle. They'll give it to Bermudez, but we've got a whistle stop, flag stop, and a false start there by the Cougars. That's just a
killer. That's the second time they've had that situation on fourth and short, and they have a false start to move them back to fourth and medium, and it's what you can do from 1 yard away is so much harder to do when you're at 4th and 6, 4th and 7.
Coach Walden cannot be happy about those two plays right there because they had the first down. They're going to be able to move the chains. Now they're going to have to prove it again. They're going to stay tight here, and Northern Valley will shrink up to the line. 5 yards to go for that first down marker. McCarty's going to spin, and he's going to look for a receiver streaking down the middle. His dart goes incomplete.
Couldn't connect right there with number
He's
1.
going to Sabaka, and Sabaka couldn't have it. He had to thread the needle there through 3 Huskies. Falls incomplete. First down, Husky football now, as they're trying to tack on with just 15 seconds left to go here in the quarter. They lead 20-8.
We'll see if they try to take the top off of this Cheylin defense once again.
Coach Giphart gave his play signal right in there to Kenton Tallheim, the junior, as he's going to huddle up his team to start this drive and let them know. They're going to go in a T formation here with a shotgun middle with Tallheim. He'll field that ball from Cox. He drops back and looks like he's trying to go deep, and he does. This one's kind of a duck.
Yeah, that
and Bencomo couldn't quite come back to it, but that's what you do. You put people in space like Bencomo, who's tough to guard, tough to keep your hands on. And even that duck might have been caught if Bencomo didn't slip, and he could have put that in the end zone too.
Yeah, you got Bencomo on the outside right there, who's a state qualifier for the past couple of years in the 400, so you know he's got wheels on him. But just an underthrown ball there by Tallheim, and I bet he wishes he could have that one back.
Northern Valley going jumbo here. They bring in Cox at the guard, and they're going to run the ball with Preston. Kind of a counter play, and they'll get it to Preston, but picked up and slammed back down as Pablo Bermudez as he picked up Brody Preston. He'll gain 5 yards on the play. He kept in check throwing the football. He's only 2 of 6 for about 5 yards. For 12 yards. 12 yards. So Northern
most
Valley,
of that came on one chunk play when he caught Kinsner.
Northern Valley really playing well there. And jumping off sides is
get
number 34,
yeah.
Connor McPherson. Northern Valley's going to pick up 5 freebies here.
Little trickery coming out of the half there, making sure to go on 2. But, you know, when you got that longer break.
It's the second quarter. You go on 2 in the second quarter,
When you got that longer break, you can really burn it into your own guys' heads. It's like, hey, do not jump off sides. Hold the water a little bit more.
So there we go. We're going to stick with the power formation. They bring off Bencomo. They've got Jason Cox in here, and it's more their run package than their pass package. They're going to go tight formation. Cox, and Brands all kind of feathered here to the right. To the left of the quarterback is Preston. They'll fake it to him, flip back to Hanson. That's your student body left.
McCarty came around from the backside there and just like a heat-seeking missile had his eyes on number 21 there the whole time.
So that play was going to be close enough. We're going to measure it. No, they're going to give him first down. So you like the pursuit angle of the far side backer of McCarty as he has to make that play all the way out there.
It's a long run, but it was a good effort by him. And, you know, Tallheim, when he gave that ball off, came out as the lead blocker, but never saw McCarty coming, tracking him down from the backside there. And, you know, I thought it was a good enough play that it was actually going to get the Huskies.
Double reverse goes to Brands as Hill's going to have to make his own hay because he's got Cougars all over him, and he's bulldozing through. He picks up 5 where he should have lost 2.
Yeah, good job there by Brands, just rumbling for positive yardage on that one.
Brands took that handoff from Preston because they'd ran a double handoff back to him. Cougars were not going to be surprised with that, had seen it on tape. Tallheim gets this one, hands off to Preston. He's got room to the outside, but he runs right into Pablo Bermudez. He's not going to find an easier tackle as Hanson had him kind of locked up on a block, and Preston ran right into him.
Preston's a really physical runner and honestly a pretty physical just football player in general, and he loves that contact. But in that situation, if he would have maybe got his eyes up a little more, there was definitely, you know, he probably could have shot that outside and got at least 5 more yards for the
Either
Huskies.
that or he was trying to figure out if Bermudez could fight off the block and get the tackle.
Yeah.
Well, that is correct. He did it.
Yep. Bermudez is one of the guys on the other team maybe I wouldn't test that on. He's a pretty stout built football player in his own right.
Northern Valley in their Husky package here. Hand off to Preston again. Same play again. They're going to have a good block inside, but just almost a jump forward for 3 more. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Huskies and 4.
4, yeah. So we'll see if they go back to kind of that same well here, giving the ball to Preston where, you know, it's not that it's not working, but I think they're kind of keying in on that one. We'll see if we see a little bit of trickery here from Coach Giphart and the Huskies.
Well, I'm going to say I think he's going to say go on 2. It's going to go. We're going to go 5 yards one way or 5 yards the other.
Pretty easy to get it if they jump off sides.
It's a roll of the dice. There's no play clock here, but there is a back judge counting off 5 seconds. Northern Valley's going to have to hustle, and I don't know if they're going to get this off, and they don't. Northern Valley does not get the play off. It's going to back them up 5 yards. So a fourth down and 3.5, 4 now will turn into a 9.5, 10.
And we've talked about it a couple times in that first quarter where, you're at 4th and short, and it was mostly Cheylin doing that. And it's just such a drive killer when you shoot yourself in the foot. When you get that close, and it just changes the way you have to go about picking up the yardage to move these chains now.
The ball sits on the 26-yard line for Northern Valley.
The
16-yard line for Northern Valley, looking to get to the 9 for a first down. 4th down play here. They'll snap it to Tallheim. He'll float back. The out route is just short to Brands. When he goes back and looks at that on tape, he understands. You got to set your feet. He sets his feet. He's been throwing great balls. This one he kind of throws off his back foot. I'm sorry, Kenton, you are not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's kind of the second one in a row where he hasn't really given himself time to settle in to that throw and has kind of thrown it out there under where his receiver is.
Barnyard set here for the Cougars as they'll take over first down.
I like to see it spread it out a little bit more and try something different. And the ball's on the ground, and they get away from it.
McCarty's going to make them pay here with a long ball to Bermudez.
What a bomb.
And nobody was there.
An absolute laser from McCarty.
At the 25-yard line, McCarty's going to pick up a lot of stats right there. And as well as Tallheim throws the ball, McCarty throws a pretty ball.
That's a really pretty ball. And, what looked like it was going to be a negative play there with the ball on the turf, he picked it up and was able to do something big with it, finding Bermudez down the field.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go right back to that and try and beat Northern Valley over the top.
I like that. It's been working for Northern Valley to spread it out a little bit more, get those defenders outside of that box, and get a little bit more of one-on-one action with your guys on the outside.
They'll go to the top side with Ketzner and snap directly here to McCarty. They put Ketzner in motion, and they got away with another false start there. Wrapped up in the backfield, but Cox couldn't bring him down. Floater wide open, and it goes off of the helmet.
Second throw that was absolutely on the target. Second throw from McCarty that's been right on the money, that's just been dropped by the receiver.
McCarty plays an excellent six-man quarterback because in six-man you got to avoid the rush yourself. There's not really anybody blocking for you.
And he's a strong enough guy that you can't just have those weak arm tackles to take him down and expect that to just work with him. You're not just going to trip him up by the shoelaces very often.
Cox literally had 2 hands on him, and he just kind of brushed him to the side and worked down the field.
Got to get that shoulder and the full body into him if you want to take McCarty down on that.
They'll go to Ketzner and flip back to McCarty again. He's chased by 2 Huskies. They'll flip it up forward to Ketzner. He's going to have to work hard. He splits 2 Huskies, makes another one, misses. He goes
what an
under
effort.
the end zone.
A good
Holy
effort.
cow, Brady Ketzner looking like Darren Sproles on that play, man. He made everybody
That's
miss.
pretty high praise.
He did. You don't want to see the national anthem. How about this button over here for the replay?
That's right. And you're going to see where it mattered right there, breaking through a couple more arm tackles there. Northern Valley not doing a good job on the sure tackling. But an excellent effort there by Ketzner, breaking through those tackles and getting that to the pylon, 4-6.
A fake here as Bermudez has got it. He tries to throw it, and his feet come out from underneath him.
We've gotten just enough rain here over the last to make it a one-possession game again.
And Logan McCarty making it happen in the backfield. He'll line up to tee this one up and kick it off here for his Cougars. He's going to go deep, and Brody Preston's back there by himself. Nice catch. It goes through his hands now, and he's got to make a move on himself. He's going to be hitting the back, and this is going to be the worst starting position here for Northern Valley here tonight. They're going to have to start this ball at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, both teams are actually doing a really good job of getting down the field and, for the most part, doing open field tackling. We talked about the last drive, Northern Valley not wrapping up very well, which led to that touchdown. But on these kickoffs and kick returns, people zooming down the field there and not allowing for too big of plays.
All it is taking one missed tackle, and you can really burn a team. Northern Valley will go back to their wide set. The last set of downs, they went power or Husky. This one, they're going to go into the T formation here. They'll snap back to Tallheim. Open in the middle is
going to
go.
Ball.
Ball was not placed perfectly there for Brands. It's the old 27-54-44 that old Chuck Fessenden used to run, except that right down the middle of the field went the center. It's a little bit different game. I don't know if Coach Fessenden drew that one up, but it always works well. Kai's going right down the middle of the field again. Tallheim's going to float one up here for Brody Preston, and that ball is incomplete as Ketzner was doing a great job on defense.
Not really sure what's going on right now with Kenton Tallheim. We saw 2 beautiful throws, equivalent to almost 80-plus yards in those 2 throws, and right now he's just a little off the mark with the last 4 that he's attempted. So need to just reel it back in, regain that composure, because they're going to want his arm going down the stretch here if it's going to be a close game like this the whole way.
So the Cougars have actually stepped up their game. They went from a 2-man front to a 3-man front, making it a little harder, get a little more pressure on Tallheim. He'll drop back and want to pass this ball. He's got Brands behind everybody again. Big hands up in the air. Hold on to that shoelace.
Right off the fingertips of Brady Ketzner right there into the hands of Foster Brands. And there he uses the size advantage once again.
The senior is just a very tough matchup here at almost 6'3". Was he 6'3" in basketball? He'd be happy if I call him 6'3". Maybe 6'2".
I know he's at least 6'2", probably.
My other sideline guy told me he's only 6'2", and that's with his shoes on.
Yeah, can't give him that extra inch. Don't let him have it. But you don't find a lot of people who are sitting at 6'2" and can run the field like Brands can and get a ball out of the air like he has been.
This ball given to Hansen up the middle on almost a little trap play. It only gets about 2 yards there for the Huskies. Northern Valley will look.
Coming up a little gingerly there maybe after that hit. I was just thinking they kind of need to get him unlocked a little more on the edge there, using that speed. Like I said, one of the fastest guys in all of 6-man football.
Husky package here is 2 linemen to the right, backs to the left. They'll flip back to Hansen on the short side of the field. He's going to try and get the corner, and he's got it. He's going to be driven out of bounds there by Bermudez. I don't know where Pablo came from. He came out of nowhere to make that saving tackle. Otherwise, Hansen's in the end zone. Hansen's got a little hitch in his giddy up right there.
Yeah. I'm not going to be surprised if they take him off here. They're going to keep him in, and we'll see if the ball goes back to him if they call number 21 again.
Northern Valley lineman to the right, met by that 3-3 defense of the Cougars. Tallheim to roll back, and he's got Brands open. If he can step into it, he did, but he got his arm hit. Brands fights for the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Good pressure on the quarterback there by Sabaka as he got in there to put a hit on Tallheim just as he was releasing the football.
Yeah, Sabaka's done a lot better job this second quarter, firing off the line there and kind of getting into the face of Jason Cox.
And crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton?
Northern Valley's going to take possession here on 4th down, 6 yards to go here in this one. They'll spread Ben Como wide, and Brands are going to flip it over to Hansen, and nobody's on him.
Play.
All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies!
And there they use that speed of number 21, Jeremiah Hansen, with just a little swing route right there to the running back for a big play for 6.
So the 4th down timeout there for the Huskies. They flip it over, and a little like you'd almost see a screen pass in 11-man football. Nobody
just the check down right there, and he took it the distance.
Yeah, nobody took the back out of the backfield. Easy 6 for a speed demon like Jeremiah Hansen. Let's see if his right foot is good here as he'll line up to catch it. The hold put down by Owen Hammond. The kick is up, and the kick
got a piece of that one.
No good. 35-yard pass reception from Brands. Northern Valley going to tee it up here with a lead 26-14 with 5:42 left to go here in the second quarter. If you're Coach Giphart and Coach Hansen, you got to be happy in this matchup here. Northern Valley's been in control. This ball is kicked over the top of McPherson. This time they'll go to Bermudez. He'll gather it completely. Step side. Now he's going to be wrapped up by Kai Cox and driven backwards. A lot of dancing, but Pablo only got maybe another 2. He'll have to start this drive at his own 14-yard line.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Walden would like to say, hey, it's good that you do a little bit of lateral movement there to try to get some space, but we want to see you going north and south of those end zones.
Northern Valley's defense looks like this. Tallheim, Cox. That's Kai Cox, the senior, also the senior. Ben Como and Brands.
Going to drop Tallheim way back.
Wide barnyard there. The ball is dropped on the ground. Is it going to be picked up?
McCarty's going to fall on that one.
McCarty falls on it, but it's going to be a loss of 6 yards. No, make it 7. Man, that yardstick just kept going backwards.
Just another errant snap there from Cheylin. They're killing themselves with some of these plays.
So putting themselves deep in a hole here. Once they flip it back to McCarty, they could easily be close to that end zone line.
Yeah, you don't want your back against your own end zone here. And then, it gives that defense a little bit extra momentum and a little bit of life when they start smelling the thought of a safety.
Ketzner closest to us. They'll hand it off to They'll fake it to Bermudez. McCarty in the backfield. He'll find his center in the middle of the field, like in a zone read right there, as he finds number 34.
Another laser, though, by McCarty getting that one in there to number 34, Connor McPherson.
Connor McPherson, the big junior, weighs 215, and he found himself in the middle of that Northern Valley defense with nobody around him, and McCarty found him. Puts him in a manageable 3rd and 4.
It's good to see the center get some love there on some offensive progression.
McCarty's this time going to flip it to Bermudez. Sidestep makes Bermudez.
Good block there, too.
Down the sideline, and you're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Cougars. I tell you what, the dance step that he put on Ben Como put his drop strap on the ground. Touchdown, Cougars.
Let's see if you can get it.
Oh, it might be slow, but it's going to be fun if
it
we
was
see
a long
this dance.
touchdown run. Oh, there it is, right there at the beginning of that one. Just broke his ankles, and a good effort there by McPherson. Harley McPherson getting in front of the pursuer, legal block, and he stopped him, and so that just gave Bermudez the perfect line to the end zone.
Cut this to less than a one-possession game here with this kick from McCarty. The spot is down. The kick is up. The kick is good.
And we're back
for Logan
to
McCarty.
A 4-point ball game here in the Valley. Huskies hold on to us.
In the corner. And McCarty to line up the kick. As Bermudez takes a break there on the sideline to catch some air. McCarty, beautiful kick.
This one's going to be a touchback. Got enough leg on that one.
In high school football, once that breaks that plane, that's going to automatic touchback. Northern Valley to take it over on the 15-yard line. Northern Valley looks like they're going to sub in Jason Cox along the line. That's their Husky package. I don't know if they call it, but I call it.
It's a perfect name. If they don't have a Husky package, what are they really doing down there?
I mean, they take out Ben Como and they put in Jason Cox. That's called Husky to me. Tallheim gets it. He's going to run right up the middle and sack.
Just eaten up.
Eaten up for a 2-yard, maybe a 3-yard loss.
Number 34, that's Connor McPherson making plays on the defensive side of things now. The big man in the middle of that defense.
The Cougars make easy work of the Husky package there, just blitzing right through, and Hansen stood no chance as he was met as soon as he got the handoff.
Yeah, McPherson got those big arms around Hansen and just, like you said, just dragged him down immediately.
2nd and 18 here for the Huskies. Brody Preston stood off to the left of Tallheim. They're going to flip it back to Hansen. He's looking to pass, and he's got Brands open at the sticks.
Cannot
and beautiful defense by Pablo Bermudez. Went up and high pointed that ball and knocked it right out of Brands' hands.
Yeah, did a good job of meeting him at the apex of that catch and just making sure that Brands did all but come down with that ball.
That was a fun play there, but even a more spectacular play on the defensive side.
So here's somewhere where we haven't seen Northern Valley a bunch in this game. Is 3rd and long, back near their own end zone.
Tallheim will go deep. He's going to flip it up to Hansen. Make one man miss, and he'll dive forward. He's going to be close to the sticks, but about short. 2 yards short. Give it 4th and manageable. I guarantee they're going to go for it here with 3:13 here to go in the half. It's a little longer than that, maybe about 4 yards there for the Huskies to get to the sticks.
What's a punt?
Not going to happen here tonight. We're not punting.
Neither of these coaches want to be the first one to actually use the punt in this game.
I bet you if you ask both of them, neither one of them have used it this year.
That's right.
Field position doesn't make as much sense as plays. They'll snap it twice,
We're gonna have a timeout here
Coach Kiphart calls a timeout right before the snap.
All right, back to the action here. We had to say goodbye to Clint for a second as he's got to go down to the field for the homecoming festivities. His daughter is in that. So Mr. Pugh is going to be joining me on the call. And Foster Brands with the big catch there down the sideline. Nobody going to stop him. Bermudez did not get the tackle, and he is in for 6 for the Huskies. Pugh, you didn't have the angle that you could really watch from on that one. The wall's in the way from you there. I hope you didn't miss all the action.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was a beautiful pass we had there from Kenton Tallheim. He's really shown an ability to throw it down the field. It's been those short passes that he's been struggling with.
Yeah, and they go right back to the bread and butter that's really been the cause for most of the movement of their offense today, going over the top to Foster Brands with another big catch to add to this monstrous game that he's already had. And we'll see if they can get the extra points here, which has plagued the Huskies. Low snap, not going to work. It's going to be picked off here. And in high school football, you cannot progress the interception or the fumble on those extra points, so it's just going to be no good. Hanson the kick, just a little pooch kick. It's bobbled in there. It's going to be downed at the 31. That was John Paul Sabatka doing all that he could to keep his hands on that one because it's a live ball if it goes past 10 yards, and the Huskies were getting ready to swoop in on that. Here for the switch. Mitch, what's something that you think that the Cheylin Cougars need to do here to answer quick with their 2 minutes left before half?
Well, Aim, if I was a guessing man, I would say they're going to throw it. We have seen all sorts of passes here today, and, of course, they don't.
Yeah, that's right. But eaten up there after just a 4-yard gain. They're going to need a little bit more. Now the clock is ticking away, heading towards halftime. I think you're right. I think we're going to see them try to open it up a little bit in the air. McCarty's been throwing some dimes. You said earlier he was 2 for 6 on his passing for only 12 yards. Since we've made that remark, though, he's kind of let it loose a little bit more here as he does drop back the pass, finds Ketzner. Ketzner in the flat. Ben Como does a good job fighting with his hands, trying to get that stiff arm on him. Takes him down for just a short gain, and it's going to be 3rd and about 9 for the Cheylin Cougars.
Yeah, the Huskies were lucky on that one. They had all sorts of receivers deep. I don't know if McCarty
just couldn't get
quite
those eyes
there,
downfield, huh?
Took the check down.
Had a little bit of pressure in his face there, but you thought he was going to look a little deeper than that as he has in this one. And Brands gets by. They're going to do another check down pass here. Ketzner, and that's a block in the back, and they're not going to get away with that one. Ketzner gets hammered by Tallheim on the sideline as he was doing some dancing. But this one's going to get pushed back right here as they saw the blatant block in the back from Bermudez.
Yeah, you saw the Husky bench kind of just explode there. There was no way they were Husky Nation was going to let that one get by. So.
No, yeah. Sometimes they think they see probably more than they do, but that one was pretty hard to ignore right there, and the umpire threw the little bit of laundry down, and we're going to move them back. So it's going to be 3rd and long now as they're going to replay the down for the Cheylin Cougars. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 23 for the Cougars now. And they're going to have to go through the air, you would think, and they're going to need to look a little further than a 1-yard pass into the flat.
Yeah, the Huskies have been putting some good pressure on him.
That's right.
And McCarty's a very accurate passer, and there's all sorts of evidence of it all over the field, but we'll see what they do here. Maybe
some signs of exhaustion from those linemen for the Cheylin Cougars right now, not able to hold their own as well as they were certainly in most of these first 2 quarters on that pressure brought by the Huskies. Got a little bit of confusion there. They're trying to clean up on the sideline, and here we go. Minute 17 left. 3rd and 23. And we're going to have a false start here for Cheylin, and when it rains, it pours, Mitch.
Yeah, Cougars are working themselves the wrong way here.
Trying to make something happen before halftime, and they're just digging a hole. So it's going to be about 3rd and 28 for the Cheylin Cougars. Look for something big right here. I would think that maybe they would find Bermudez, who's lined up on the far side there, streak down the field, and he burns. Preston just can't get the ball to him. Have to find Kitzner down in the flat, coming across once again and tossed out of bounds before he can even get back to the sticks. So it's going to be 4th and 16. Not a bad play right there, just not near as much as you need. Right.
Makes it a little bit more manageable, if you can say that about 18 yards.
That's right. Well, it does sound a lot more manageable than 28. Fourth down here, still not looking to punt this ball away. They're going to try to do something before halftime with just over a minute left. They drop Tallheim deep. McCarty out to
trickery, going deep.
And that's the play they were looking for. Finding Ketzner, and he's going to get dragged down right before he gets to. Oh, they're going to call a touchdown here. Say he broke the plane. Thought maybe he would have been dragged down right before the goal line there, but the official says he got the ball across.
Just an absolute dime there.
And, you know, they dropped Tallheim back, and it seemed like they got a little less pressure right there, less pause in the face. And that's what happens when you don't get that pressure up on McCarty and get up in his grill a little bit. So the dot from McCarty to Ketzner adds 6 points on.
Snap, here we go. We got a live one.
They're going to get it in. That's only 1 point. Since we're playing six-man football, it only counts as 1 point. But still, you know, that was a broken play that they were able to do something with, so they're going to be
27. Small animal care, large animal care. It's all available at All Creatures Vet Clinic, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies.
And we got an onside kick here, and it does get past the 10-yard line, and it slipped out from the hands of Brands, or Tallheim, and Bermudez was the one that got that ball in there. So Cheylin takes possession with under a minute in this half.
That is just exactly how you draw it up. That's how you want it. You've got some confusion on the front line. Just a great play by the Cougars there.
Yeah, perfect execution on that onside kick. Looked like it wasn't maybe going to go all 10 yards, but right when it got past there, they used those wheels and got right on top of the Huskies in that ball. So Cheylin Cougars take over again. McCarty rolls out, tries to pass, finds Ketzner once again, gets hammered down there at the line of scrimmage by number 11, Kenton Tallheim, laying the boom.
I tell you what, and Kenton Tallheim, he's maybe 140 pounds soaking wet, but if he catches you right, he's ready to go.
He's out there ready to play some hard-nosed football, and, you know, you said it's not the size of the dog in the fight with him. And they find another big play down the sideline here, number 32. That's Harley McPherson. They're just torching the corners for the Huskies right now, getting some big chunk plays on the outside. Huskies maybe looking a little winded, you know, back-to-back times on defense, not getting that onside kick. That really wears on a team, and most of these guys are playing both sides of the ball, so you can tell they're gasping for some air right now. Getting pressure on McCarty, trying to get to him. He's going to find Ketzner over the middle once again, and he's going to get past the block. And touchdown. We've got a late flag in here. This is going to go against Bermudez. They didn't like that block.
And that's really unfortunate for the Cougars. You know, we've had some pretty sweet connections here between 3 and 12 here.
Yeah, McCarty to Ketzner has been kind of the tail of this, at least the second half of this second quarter. You know, kind of working those flats and slant routes like that and just using space in front of them for some big plays. But this is going to be a crackback block on number 4, Bermudez. You got to make sure you get in front of the guy. They're trying to protect the players out here. So that's going to be, I believe, a 15-yard penalty from the spot. So it's still going to be a first down here for the Cougars, but certainly unfortunate for them that it took the points off the board, and now they're backed up a little bit. But they've got 4 downs to work with here in 14 seconds. Let's see if they can make something happen before halftime. We're going to have a timeout. All right, let's get back into the action here with 14 seconds left. Mitch, what would you do if you were Cheylin in this situation trying to get some points on the board with just 15 seconds left?
I would keep the ball in McCarty's hands here.
Looks to run, going to go out of bounds and stop that clock from ticking away. 8 seconds now. Thank you. Got 8 seconds left. We might have time for, if they hurry it up, they might have 2 plays left in them, but this could be the last play of the half here. We'll see if they can punch it into pay dirt and take the lead on the Huskies. They had the lead early in this one. They were the first to score, but since then it has been the Dogs out front.
I tell you what, I'd be looking for Ketzner right now.
Yeah, you got to get the ball into your playmakers' hands here. And 3 and 12 have certainly been the playmakers. That's one. Aaron snap. Bermudez picks it up, flips it over to McCarty. He's going to take off and try to pass this one, and it's a blocked ball, but they're going to call it a fumble. They couldn't get the ball going forward, but that is zeros on the scoreboard. We go to the half. Huskies holding on to that lead of 3, 32-29.
So welcome back to OpenSpacesSports.com. Clint Cox and Aim Baird here on your broadcast. Sorry about that halftime delay there. This is the kick to start the second half as McCarty's going to line it up. His team trailing by 3 here. Lot to go over that we were trying to get to. We lost internet source, but now we got it back. Here comes Brody Preston around the right side. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped quickly. They're on the 11-yard line there by Pablo Bermudez.
Yeah, another good open space tackle there from the Cheylin Cougars. They've really been locking down the Huskies on these kick returns.
So let's kick it over right here as some of those statistics we'll put up here by Mitch Pugh. He's doing the work. He's going to talk about it.
Yeah, let the man do his thing. Another bomb coming out of the break and just couldn't quite connect with Ben Como there, or else he would have been padding some more passing stats, and Pugh would have been over there doing the rocket math, trying to add that to the stats rundown he's about to run through.
I tell you what, I'm a social studies teacher by day, but a math teacher by night, man. Trying to keep this straight. I have, and this is completely unofficial, we have about 16 passes on each side. We've got Kenton Tallheim leading the way for the Huskies with 5 touchdowns, about 263 yards. On the other side of the ball, we've got McCarty. He's 11 for 16, 246 yards and 3 touchdowns. They, of course, had that running. Tallheim pitches it back.
Hansen tries to get to the edge, and he uses those wheels. Oh, almost got a little bit of a horse collar there, but didn't quite get enough of it. And he's going to get to that out-of-bounds line, and they're going to say he's out right there. 3rd and about 10 still to go. Thought he had the edge.
Just kind of continue on with stats. We've got receiving. We've got Ben Como, Brands. Also got
just talk through it.
Also got Preston there. Had that 5-yard touchdown as we pitch it back again. Here goes Hansen with a nice juke. Another juke.
Using those wheels and has to put the shoulder down. He's going to move those chains. Bermudez with a good hit out in the space, but not before Hansen used those wheels and did some damage and moves the sticks for the Huskies. They're at about the 39.5-yard line.
Absolutely. Early tackles, we've got Pablo Bermudez with about 7. We've got Sabatka with 4, McCarty with 3 and some assists. As he pitches it back again.
Utilizing Hansen a lot more to start this second half than they did at all in that first half. He had 2 big plays, but other than that, mostly silent. And that was both on the kind of the catch out of the backfield, the little flare-outs to the back, and letting him use his feet. But now they're getting him involved in this run game and letting the clock tick away. Tallheim back to pass, looks into the flat, goes deep with it instead.
He likes those bombs.
Brands tries to fight back for it, had his hands on it, but could not gather it in. No good this time for the Huskies. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Okay, as we turn it over, looking
a lot
at
of stats.
I'm trying to do a lot here. I don't know how Coach Cole does it down there.
It's a lot.
We've got Gavin Tallheim with six tackles. Kenton Tallheim with 6 tackles. Little brotherly rivalry there.
Yep, legal motion. This is going to go against Brody Preston. Is going to be the one called for the illegal motion.
Take it back. We've got Kai Cox with 4. Brody Preston with 3. We've got tackles all over the board. All right, and I will turn it back over to the man, the myth, the legend, Clint Cox.
Yeah, no shortage of stats and scores in that first half, as our score coming out of the break was Huskies up 32 to Cheylin's 29. So as we said, Clint, you were down there. If you came for a Big Ten type slugfest with a 7-3 score at the end of it, you were sadly mistaken.
Not going to happen.
But if you came for some fireworks, you are not disappointed thus far, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty more as we continue into the game.
Pitch back here to Hanson. He's got the corner around the left side. He's going to go down the sideline. He's tiptoeing, but he's not going to make it there. Pushed out by McCarty. But right
I
there,
like it, though.
You saw the defensive change there by the Cougars. They stopped rushing the passer.
Well, a lot of good practice there. We apologize.
Well, they don't know yet.
They don't know yet?
No, they don't know yet. They ain't even playing.
Oh, no.
Here we go. McCarty's kick is up and blocked there by Brody Preston. So we've got us a tight one. Sorry for that internet delay. For second quarter and come storming back, have the Cougars from Bird City Cheylin to take this 35-32 lead.
And those missed extra point kicks are going to start haunting the Huskies, because what a different game this might look like right now.
Preston fields that kickoff, advances at about 12 yards. Northern Valley will start the drive at the 26-yard line.
Just a reminder to you folks back home, even though we had a little bit of technical difficulties here, we're glad you were back. And what you missed was a Logan McCarty touchdown there to give his team the first lead that they've had since it was 8-0 in the start of the first quarter. And since then, they've been just trying to play catch-up with the Huskies, and here they are.
Yeah,
back up front.
Bermudez went out with some cramps, and they had to give the ball to McCarty, and he made it pay.
He's
Drop it back here is Tallheim stepping into a ball, and he lets it fly for Bencomo, and the ball is going to go through the hands of McPherson, and it's going to fall incomplete. It's almost like they need to be running those go routes and maybe hook even at 20 yards or more and come back to the football, and I think they'd be wide open.
It'd be nice to see them attack the middle of the field a little bit more instead of just running those vertical routes like you're talking about, because if you do just a little bit of a post route, someone's got to be there, you'd think.
A bullet this time from Tallheim goes in and out of Brands' hands. A little frustration here by the Huskies. That'll make it 3rd down and 15, as they have yet to move the ball in this series of downs. Bencomo here closest. Foster Brands to the far side. The Cougars in their 3-3 defense going to man up on the offside. Hanson's got it now. He'll float it over the top to Tallheim.
And he got the catch. And that's enough to move the chains. What a beautiful play.
Oh, my. Hit the replay button there. I tell you what, the quarterback is Tallheim. He flips it back here at this one to Hanson, and he goes up high.
A little dink and dunk action. It looked like he was going to overshoot him. What an effort by Tallheim, though. Going up and getting it with the fingertips and reeling it in for the Husky first down. Big play there. Big play to move the chains.
Big conversion leads to the Husky package coming on here at 1st and 15. Tallheim hands it off to his little brother. Little brother going to weave and dive and have his legs taken out from underneath him by Pablo Bermudez. Gain of 3.5 to 4 yards there for Gavin.
The little not-so-little brother, Gavin Tallheim hasn't seen a lot of action on offense tonight, but when he gets in there, he makes his presence known with that size of his. Just a freshman, but, man, he can lay the lumber.
Northern Valley playing at least 9 here tonight, or at least 7. No, probably 9 here tonight consistently. Have seen the field both on offense and defense. Really a strong suit there by Coach Gippard. The flip outside to Hanson, and he's got the sideline, but he's going to tight rope out and be called out of bounds. There's a flag there. A lot of grumbling.
Going to get called back for, I think, an illegal block.
Grumbling from the crowd. Let's hit the replay button, see if anybody can find it here at home, because I missed it.
Watch number 5
we went on the replay.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, he kind of. I don't like it.
All right, whatever. Anyway, that's going to back the Huskies up, as that's a spot foul. Block in the back. We'll back them up 10 yards from there. Repeat 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 21 or 22. The math gets long in 6-man football.
Yeah. Well, you just get used to 10 your entire life, and then we learn a different way to do it. You just got to kind of adjust. But sometimes it resets back to the normal mode, and then it's just like we gotta rethink it again. We got another flag here. It's going to be an encroachment here on the defense. Lined up in the neutral zone and didn't get back. Just set up there, so it's going to be 5 yards back the other way. We got a lot of ball movement without a lot of play right now.
I don't know if that's some gamesmanship over there by Coach Gephardt, trying to get the officials to give him what he wants, but got 5 yards out of him there.
Yep. And typically what the officials will do is they'll kind of give you warnings for a little bit in the first half, but, we're in the second half of a close game, and you just got to be mindful of that stuff. And
flip to Tallheim. This goes out of bounds here.
Kessner with a hit right on the sideline. Tallheim kind of lost his footing, so it would have went down regardless.
3rd down, 12.5, 13 to go here for Northern Valley.
Yeah, going to need another big chunk play here. The 3rd and long has been troublesome because, they're going to play, like we said earlier, no one's going to punt in this game. So this is 2-down territory to move these chains. So you just need positive yards.
The ball on the 34-yard line of the Cougars gets hit in the throw is Tallheim. The ball is high pointed again by Pablo Bermudez, is making excellent plays in the backside of that Cougar defense. They're saving the catch from Brands because the ball was there. Tallheim delivered a nice ball even with the heat of contact bearing down on him.
Yeah, just defender right in his face. Still delivered it. Probably not as strong of a pass as he would have wanted. Still kind of stuck on that back foot and floated it a little better. Maybe he would have hit Brands in stride, as that was a pretty good-looking pass, regardless of the pressure.
Spread coming back in here for Northern Valley. Bencomo in, Cox out. They still have Gavin. He's going to take the snap here at quarterback. He's going to flip it back to Kenton. There's nobody rushing the quarterback. He's got plenty of time to get there.
Cardi just manhandled.
He's going to run for the first down, and he's got a Tallheim.
Keep going. He's going to go to pay dirt.
Touchdown, Kenton Tallheim. Nobody touched him. He ran around 4 defenders.
You kind of
got there.
Sometimes you forget that Tallheim has the wheels too to make it happen and get points on the board. And there, he woke you up from your slumber and let you know about it.
That's right. The first carry probably in the books tonight, right? Statistician there.
Yeah.
First carry for Tallheim on the night goes for a big touchdown run of how many? 34 yards. Northern Valley's going to line up for the PAT
He's
here.
usually the man that takes a direct snap and gives it to other people. He's kind of the field general out there, but here he gets the glory, gets into the pay dirt, and gets the Huskies back on top of the Cougars. The kick is good, and they're up by 5.
Nice play by Northern Valley to respond to the Cougars, who had taken control of this game. We got plenty of football remaining. 4:36 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Thanks for joining us at OpenSpacesSports.com.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Back into action. Hanson's kick is right down the middle here. A little spinner fielded by McPherson. He's going to go around the right side and around the left side, breaks through one tackle and goes down right there. Kenton Tallheim and Kai Cox with the tackle.
Kai Cox just held onto that shoe for dear life and kept him where he was. And the offensive outpouring for both of these teams continues. Let's see if one of these defenses will get a stop here. Stops on this defense with 2 high-powered offenses, could be the difference in these games.
So Northern Valley is going to try and stop Logan McCarty and his troops here from Bird City, Cheylin. that have been scoring just about every time they touch the ball as of late.
They've been on a mission, especially since that second quarter, just really just bearing down on the Huskies, and they cannot get out of grasp of McCarty and the Cougars.
Hanson, Kai Cox bearing down on McCarty. He'll loft it way up high.
Had some pressure there from Cox. Good hustle from Cox, rushing the passer. Didn't get the sack, but you get just enough hurry on him that it messes up the play, and that can be just as impactful.
So I'm looking at this field right here, and I've watched some of the kids play a little bit. If you got some alfalfa down that was a little too dry, I think there's enough humidity for you to go get it, as they are slipping and sliding just a touch. They maybe need a little longer cleat to keep their feet. And here it is. McCarty's got it. You got to put up some premium hay when you deal with the McCartys,
pass right there.
What a pass by McCarty. Touchdown, Cougars.
Threw an absolute dot right there. Gave him all the time in the world, and he's going to make you pay if you give him that time in that pocket. If you can call it a pocket in six-man football.
It's definitely a pocket. We were talking about supreme alfalfa for the McCarty, and there it is.
A dime over there to number 32, Harley
Beautiful trot into the end zone. Didn't even have to hit the gas pedal, just kind of coasted in there. Let's see if they can line up here and knock in the two-pointer with his right foot. With the hold is Bermudez. Snap from, I believe, Ketzner. Snap is down, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good.
They're going to take another lead here, up by 3 over the Huskies on homecoming night. We've got a barn burner, Clint.
Yeah, we'll be back.
When it comes to personal service and minor tune-ups, tire repairs, and more, you can depend on Home Oil Company of Almena. Whether it's filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics. Long Island Feed and Grain is a proud supporter of the Northern Valley Huskies year after year. At Long Island Feed and Grain, they are there to help you with your grain storage and marketing of your grain this year. That's Long Island Feed and Grain of Long Island, Kansas.
Long Island Ready Mix has what you're looking for in your concrete needs. With fast delivery with a consistent product, Long Island Ready Mix can turn your concrete dreams into a reality with high-quality cement.
Mittens.
So a 49-yard touchdown strike from McCarty to McPherson, as he trots down the sideline closest to the Northern Valley faithful as they went silent as he went strolling into the end zone. Gives the Cougars the lead of 3 points again. If this is your first time tuning in to six-man football here at Open Spaces Sports,
you picked a good game to be your first
picked
one,
a great game. We've had a few games on here, but it's going to become more of a regular occurrence here at Open Spaces Sports, covering sports for all of Western Kansas, and that's turning into a lot more six-man football. Here comes Brody Preston. He's going to be met by them Cougars, all three of them, Ketzner and McCarty, and also McPherson with the tackle there. No, there was 99. Fernando Contreras, 150-pound senior, in on that tackle, in on special teams for the Cougars.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, but there's now so many six-man teams that it's actually a CASA-sanctioned sport. So we're going to have an official state playoff, and don't be surprised if you see both of these teams fighting at least to get into those playoffs.
Nobody's down here on Bencomo. As
they have to call.
Oh, Ketzner, that was brilliant, buddy. He pretended that he couldn't get his snap down. Equipment timeout because his defense was not set. Nice job, Brady. The pass back here is a pitch to Hanson. He's got the left-hand corner. Beautiful wait and hesitation for his blockers to show up.
Good patience
and Kenton Tallheim cleaned it up for him.
You know, sometimes you see those players that are just freaky fast not have the patience to let their blockers get out in front of them because they can outrun everybody. But there he did a good job doing a little bit of hesitation, letting Kenton lay down that block and getting an extra 5 yards on the end of that run.
Hanson was experiencing some cramps earlier in the game. He's back in there now, but over there, if you look at the
you're going to have a flag on the far side.
Looks like two flags down there. I don't know whether we're going to have two infractions or one, but the carry there for Brody Preston for 7 yards. I don't think it'll stand. We'll have to look and see what we got. We got a block in the back there against Northern Valley. It'll be a spot foul, and we'll take advantage of that as the Cougars says, let's march them backwards.
And Clint, you talked about, both teams have had some of their star-studded players dealing with cramps. We saw Bermudez go out with what we believe was cramps earlier in Hanson. And, it's not a hot night out here, and this certainly isn't the first game of the year, but this is just such a track meet that everyone is at work on both the offense and the defense. And you can tell people are going to have to dig as deep as possible from now until the end of this game to give it everything that they got.
So the clock ticks. 9 o'clock on in the Central Time Zone. This game started at 7. Yeah, we did have the halftime, a little bit extended halftime because of the homecoming ceremonies, but these kids have been going at it, running for hours.
It's been nonstop too. I mean, we could sit here and say that the defense. Maybe it's all offense, but the defense has made some really good plays. It's just been so many plays on both sides that we're seeing.
A screen pass, it worked once for a touchdown. Looks like it might work a second time. They get it to Hanson. He's going to weave, he's going to bob, and he's going to be short.
What a good play, though. Just an absolute chunk of yardage there, getting his team down to about the 2-yard line. It looks like maybe. It's going to be about the 5-yard line.
Stat man Pugh's trying to catch up and add up the stats.
But a great play there, just finding the backer out in the flat, letting your fast guy do his thing, and here he goes again, showing off those wheels. Going to have to use some strength. Did he get across?
No, he did not.
No, he did not. Good effort there by Hanson. He comes up limping as he took a shot to the
And it's just the third quarter, and we got kids that are almost looking gassed. What is it going to happen when we go to the fourth quarter?
I got a feeling some of these Northern Valley boys aren't going to really be dancing and jiving at the homecoming dance, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. They might be wanting to sit in the corner with the ice bucket.
Back to Tolheim. He's going to review the people around him. Flip it
up.
A
shot on the end of that one, and his receiver just wasn't awake in the back corner. I think he was looking for Preston.
There was a crowd of Huskies over there. Tolheim's
like
got to avoid those hits.
Yeah, you can't open up yourself to take such a big shot like that. But, the ball was there, and Preston just needs to kind of get those eyes up and be ready for anything.
Going jumbo here at 3rd down and goal from about the 2.5, 3-yard line. Northern Valley down 3.
This is a big drive right here with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. You can tell both teams are getting exhausted. You got to make the best of these moments when you get in this close to your goal line.
Husky package going to go for the dive. Brody Preston
makes up for missing that pass and gets it in to the end zone for a Husky 6-point try.
Trotting onto the field there for the extra point. Deacon, Skimper, Peyton, David, and the holder, Owen Hammond, to see if they can make these extra points. If they'd have made all of them, this game they'd have a commanding lead.
It wouldn't be a 3-point game, that's for sure.
Snap back is a tough hold, but Owen gets it down. But it took a lot of time. The extra point is no good, and Northern Valley will take the 46-43 lead.
Down to the absolute wire, and Northern Valley is going to not have the chance but to look back and wonder, what if we would have made those kicks?
Before playoffs start, we'll be taking the trek down to Greeley and watching Greeley County versus Northern Valley. We'll have that one on Open Spaces Sports. AIM handed that mic off to Coach Mitch Pugh. Mitch, what do you see? What's glaring at you there on the statistics that show kind of what happened here tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like we're pretty much watching basketball already.